Alright, so starting off first with the first 1965 Lincoln cent. Alright, now this penny here has an obverse die cap. So we can see that there in the image displayed. Very, very noticeable type of error. There's all kinds of different die caps out there as well. So keep that in mind. This coin is graded at a mint state 65. So it does have that very, very high grade. Now, not every single die cap is going to look like this. We see here on the reverse of the coin that we do not have that reverse design of the Lincoln Memorial. We see a mirrored image of the obverse design, the front design of the coin. Now, because of that, this penny sold for over $1,800. That's right, $1,800. Now, here's another example of a cap die, a die cap, taking place here on the 1965 no mint mark. And this penny here sold for over $280, and this is graded at a mint state 63 red brown. So if you're not familiar with brown pennies versus red brown pennies, definitely watch my video on that. I go more into depth on that stuff. Now here is a 1965 penny. It isn't super valuable. It's sold for around $20, but the coin has been broad struck. So you will see that there around the rim of the coin, that broad strike taking place. You know, some can be a lot more extreme than this, of course, and they can have more value. So, you know, you can look for broad strikes on all kinds of different coins as well. Now, same with this mint error. This is just a small minor clip there on the top of the coin above Lincoln's head. Now, you can look for clips on all kinds of different coins as well. This coin here sold for around $20 also. Now, here is a coin that has been double struck, 1965 no mint mark, and it's been broad struck and off center. Wow, look at that. That's pretty amazing. Of course, we're not finding stuff like this in coin rolls, but this coin did sell for over $185. Alright, let's move on to another double strike. This one here's a little bit different. The second strike is 75% off center, and because of that, this penny sold for around $190. Not too bad. Now here is a coin. This is a type of mint error that, you know, takes place on other coins as well, not just pennies. The penny only weighs 2.7 grams because the 1965 design was struck on a defective planchet. And we can see that there clearly in the images displayed. So someone didn't actually do that. That is actually a defective planchet from the mint. And this coin here sold for around $100. Here's my favorite coin of this video, the 1965 with the dropped letter A here on the reverse of the coin. So if we zoom in there, you can actually see that A, that dropped letter there to the right of the steps of the Lincoln Memorial building. Wow, look at that. That's awesome. Always be on the lookout for those. You can look for dropped letters on state quarters as well. This coin here sold for around $160. Now here is a 1965. Of course, we're not finding stuff like this from the bank, but I have to add it in since it is a 1965. The coin has been struck 3 times, the second strike and third strike being 50 and 70% off center. Wow, that's pretty extreme there. This penny sold for over $1,000. Here is a very interesting type of mint error. The coin was struck off center, and it says here on the coin slab that it was struck on an unusual planchet, which is, yes, it is very unusual because we see that texture there on the right side of the coin, which is really interesting. It almost looks like the cloth material that we see on strike-throughs, but it's not. It's just in what they have it listed as an unusual planchet. So this coin here sold for over $900. Again, you can look for off centers on all kinds of different coins. Something like this, it's going to be much different. Now for the 1965, this is a very high graded coin. It is graded at a mint state 68 red, and this is also an SMS coin, so a special mint set coin. They did not make a lot of these. This is not just a regular 1965 that you find in your everyday pocket change, and because of that, and the condition, the grade of the coin, this penny sold for over $2,900, nearly a $3,000 penny. Now, if we just look at a regular 1965, that's not the special mint set coin. This has a very high grade as well of a Mint State 67 red grade by PCGS. I just did a coin grading live stream for like 30 minutes where I went into their websites. I showed you guys how much they charge for coin grading, the different coin grading companies. So go watch that video here on the channel. It has all kinds of information in it. And then in that video, we actually looked at grades. So this has a Mint State 67 red. I gave you guys advice on if you should get your coin graded or not. Something like this, adding Mint State 67 red, is going to be worth grading because the coin sold for over $470. Now, it's a big risk on grading something like this because if you think you got a Mint State 67 and it's really a Mint State 63, it's probably not going to be very valuable at all. But this one here, $470. Now, here's a 1965 that sold on eBay, and this mint era coin sold for around $75. Same thing here with this broad strike. It sold for around $25 on eBay as is. The coin has not been graded. Now here is a 1965 that was struck off center. This one doesn't have the unusual planchet. It's just a regular coin planchet. And this coin sold for around $50. Alright, so $50 for that coin. Here's another off-center coin that sold for $50 on eBay as is. The coin has not been graded. Here is a 1965 no mint mark that was struck on a 10-cent planchet. So a clad 10-cent planchet here. Of course, you see that the coloration of this coin is different because it was struck on a dime planchet. Now, this coin sold for around $300 as a result of that mint error. Here is another 1965 that was struck 4 times. Look at that. That's amazing. It is a brown penny. This coin here sold for over $330. Alright guys, don't forget to go check out that coin grading video on my channel. I had 2 coin grading videos in a row. Be sure to go check those videos out. And until tomorrow, I'll see you on the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.